This magic flip card surprised everyone I've shown it to, and today I'll show you how I made it so that you can make it too. Hello crafty friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sophia and I make card making accessible by sharing tutorials that require only your imagination, paper, and some basic tools. This magic flip card is a step above the basic flip card that combines it with a shutter card. First, we need a piece of cardstock measuring 12 by 5 inches. Then we'll cut out a half by 5 inches strip. We'll keep both pieces. We'll also need a piece of cardstock measuring 8.5 by 5 inches. In the next step, we'll cut out a piece measuring 4 by 4 inches from our 11.5 by 5 inches and 8.5 by 5 inches pieces, leaving half an inch on the top, bottom, and right side. Save these two 4 by 4 inches squares because we'll use them later in our card. We'll trim the two 4 by 4 inches squares down to 2 7/8 by 3 7/8 inches. This card needs very little scorings. Take our 11.5 by 5 inches piece from the side with no cutout against the 11.5 inches side, score at 4 inches. On our 8.5 by 5 inches piece, from the side with no cutout against the 8.5 inches side, score at half an inch. From the side with the cutout, also against the 8.5 inches side, score at 2 3/4 inches and at 2 1/4 inches. We'll fold along the scorings we made on the 8.5 by 5 inches piece. The first scoring at half an inch, we'll fold it to the back. For the 2 1/4 inches scoring, we'll fold it to the front so that it will be a valley fold. For the 2 3/4 inches scoring, we'll fold it to create a mountain fold. After folding, the 8.5 by 5 inches piece should look like this. To the back side of the 8.5 by 5 inches piece, in the space between the 2 1/4 and 2 3/4 inches scorings, we'll attach the half by 5 inches strip. Then attach one of our 2 7/8 by 3 7/8 inches pieces to one side of the half by 5 inches stripe. Please make sure there's little gap between it and the frame around. Then attach the remaining 2 7/8 by 3 7/8 inches piece to the other side of the half by 5 inches stripe. Now we need to attach the outer half of the frame of the 8.5 by 5 inches piece and of the 11.5 by 5 inches piece together. Then we attach the half-inch flap of the 8.5 by 5 inches piece to the 4-inch flap of the 11.5 by 5 inches piece, aligning the edge of the half-inch flap to the 4 inches scoring. At this point, we have completed the structure of our magic flip card. There are 3 checkpoints. 1. The edge of the half-inch flap aligned with the 4 inches scoring. 2. When the card is folded, the flip panel is not covered. And 3. Upon opening, the flipping mechanism works smoothly. The rest is decorating. I purposefully chose the theme of gardening for this card. And with that, our magic flip card is complete. I hope you give it a try. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.